Marta. Firefly Lane also flying up late into the final 400 meters. It's a line of horses across the track. On the inside of runners is Firefly Lane, in behind that Queen of Matmata, but charging on is Tranquil Judy, who struck the front, and Tranquil Judy's established a lengthy lead out in front into the final 100 meters. Tranquil Judy is going to beat them by a country mile. Second will go to Queen of Matmata ahead of Firefly Lane. Roman Law was last. We thought that the 4 Tranquil Judy would be the one to beat, and hasn't she gone out there and decimated them? Wins by a street. Country Tranquil Judy with Matthew Thackeray on board does the business for Thomas Mason, and it was race over literally from 300 meters out. Second will go to Queen of Matmata, third to Firefly Lane, and fourth to Roman Law. There we have the first event on the afternoon's program. They joined the MTC Maiden Plate over 1450 meters, won by Thomas Mason and Tranquil Judy. Well done to you, Tom, for getting off the mark straight away. Can you take us through what you thought of the race?
Yes, I was a bit worried about her post-race, pre-race, when she was sweating up a lot. But Matthew got a lovely posse at the back of the field, switched her off, and her work on Friday on the bend was very good. And I thought, if it wasn't too green, I thought she'd win. And yeah, the way she turned on the turbos was impressive. I mean, when she asked the question, she won easily. Look, I don't think the maidens are that strong this time of year, but we won our maiden. Well done to Craig Danquist for persevering and having faith in me and buying this declaration piece, gelding, a filly. I bought on spec and he took her. So thank you, Craig. Nice to have a winner for you. And very chuffed that she come home and won her third start.
Well done to you. Can you take us through what the rest of the day holds for you?
I've got competitive chances, and then next I've got 3 runners, all in with a small chance. My pick will probably be When Evening Comes. I think she's third one after rest will suit her. Watch out for Errol Display. He has got ability, but he is a bit of an enigma at the moment. Then I've got Pocket Watch, who's he's a nice horse. I rate him quite highly, and it's a competitive field, but I think he's in with a shout. And then so far at 50 kgs, there's no weight in his back, but he's taking on the best sprinter in the country in Jet Mirage and Tom's Diners. They're both very good sprinters. So the weight is an advantage, but it could be a strong race for him. But off 50, you never know. Then Independence Trophy, I've got my old champion Action Zone, last year's Tankard winner. It's just prep run for the Tankard. The field cut up, they're not the strongest, so he's not without a chance. And likewise, my filly African Beat with Matthew rides. She's very competitive. She's well handicapped, and again, she can go very close to winning.
What's your pick of the lot?
My gut feeling tells me Action Zone.
Well done to you. Hope to see you later.
Thank you.
That's Thomas Mason there, representing the 4 Tranquil Judy. Matthew Thackeray was on board. Numbers in the frame: 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how we finished in the first. Next up is race 2, the Pay Your MTC Subs Classified Stake 71. It's to be contested over the mile. We've got 9 runners going to post with the scratching of the 5 Royal Latum. Your runners and riders coming out on parade. First out on parade is horse number 1, Empire Blue, with Norbert Takawira. Up next is the 3 Missing Sword with Calvin Kobo. 6 is Burn Bright with Jared Penny. 2 Aerial Display Dennis Shorts. 4 is She's Everything with Diego Dagaver. 7 Onono Komachi Filasande Mkoli. 8 Copperfire Jeff Shyster. 9 When Evening Comes Matthew Thackeray. And 10 House of Lords with Kevin Dedede. 1600 meters the distance. Of time is 13:35. Second event on this afternoon's program is the Pay Your MTC Subs Classified Stake 71. 1600 meters is the distance. And field of 9 with the scratching of horse number 5 Royal Latum. Number 1 is Empire Blue with Norbert Tekawira for Deborah Swanson. Finished 4th last time out over 1700, beaten by Onono Komachi. And I think Empire Blue is going to have chances to make the minor money placings this afternoon. 2 Real Display Dennis Shots, Thomas Mason. Kevin Dedede was on board last time around when this gelding finished 3rd to Onono Komachi. I think if Dennis Schwartz can get him right, he could contest this event this afternoon. 3 is an unknown quantity in the form of Missing Sword. Calvin Kobo for Bridget Steidoff. Pretty moderate South African form line, but he does show that he's got the ability. Has finished 4th and 5th at times down in SA. So coming from a 75-day rest, Missing Sword should be thereabouts this afternoon. 4 is She's Everything. Diego Dagaver on board. She's Everything finished 2nd last time around over 1450. This time goes up the trip to the mile, and she's got place chances. Scratch the 5 Royal Latum. 6 is Burn Bright on board. 8 is Copper Fire. She's been running in the places. Jeff Shyster on board this afternoon. I think she can be in the contest for the minor money. 9 is When Evening Comes with Matthew Thackeray. When Evening Comes was beaten into 5th by Onono Komachi. But at her form line. Before that, she was very competitive, and I think she should be so again. 10 is House of Lords, been running in the places, but she can contest this one again this afternoon. So it's going to be a pretty tightly contested affair. Is race 2. My selections, I'm going for the 7 Onono Komachi to beat the 4 She's Everything, from the 9 When Evening Comes, and the 10 House of Lords. Field of 9 arrives safely down at the 1600 meter mark in preparation for the off of race 2, the Pay Your MTC subs classified stakes. Show anyone, and bookies' favorite is She's Everything, horse number 4, Diego de Gavere, for Amy Parham, currently trading at 15 to 10, followed in by Burn Bright, who's at 33 to 10, and Onono Komachi, also at 33 to 10. She's Everything finished second last time out, over 14.50, beaten by Fearless Bomber. Onono Komachi won her last outing, and Burn Bright, horse number 6, finished 5th last time out, over 14.50. Three main money movers at the Moores World of Sport bookmakers. Approximately 2 minutes away to the off of race 2. Starting to bring them forward at the 1600 meter mark. Burn Bright's going in, followed in by Empire Blue. Now the turn of When Evening Comes. House of Lords is up next. Aerial display goes in. Bringing forward Missing Swords. Missing Sword faces up. Taken hold of Missing Sword. Onono Komachi's up next. To occupy barrier 4. Faces up. goes sideways on. In time, Copper Fire is acting up behind the stall banks. As dislodged jockey Jeff Shyster. And those two being handful. Onono Komachi and Copper Fire. Still trying to load up Onono Komachi. Faces up. Finally goes in. Now to get Copper Fire settled down. And the gates have broken through and we've got 2 runners out. 3 in actual fact. Empire Blue, one of those. Missing Sword looks like. And Aerial Display. They haven't gone too far out, but they're going to take out the rest of the field while we wait for them to make their way back behind the starting stalls, and we'll start the process all over again. Now time to reload the field for race 2, the Pay Your MTC Subs Classified Stakes 71 over 1600 meters. Patrons, be advised that we have a late scratching of horse number 7, Oh No No Komachi, scratched for bolting. We're going to go without the 7, Oh No No Komachi, as we continue loading up down at the 1600 meter mark. When evening comes is gone in. Working on aerial display. Bright also ready. Aerial display loads up. Up comes Missing Swords. Handlers also working on Copper Fire. Missing Sword currently sideways on. Missing Sword faces up and loads up. They're going to bring forward Copper Fire, who's been very fractious from the get-go. And Copper Fire comes up. Copper Fire facing up.
Gotcha. Copy. I'm going to scratch this horse. It's not going into the pen, and it's going to. We're going to lose more horses now. What number are you scratching? All right, it's gone in now.
Copper Fire's gone in.
Okay, it's loaded. No scratching.
And we're set for a start. Finally, runners are sent home on their way in the Pay Your MTC Subs Classified Stakes. They've got 1600 meters to go, and they broke off in a pretty decent line. Empire Blue was very quick into stride on the fence, and will go up and be one of the early front runners. Copper Fire is also right there in the early lead, as well as Missing Sword. Then comes on the outside of those when evening comes, Copper Fire, and behind that Burn Bright, Aerial Display, and She's Everything towards the back of the field. In behind that then was the tail marker was House of Lords as they bend now towards the 800 meter marker. They're strung along extremely here. Empire Blue is in front by maybe 2. From back in second of those is Missing Sword. Dropping into third is When Evening Comes. In behind that is Copper Fire. Then comes Aerial Display. Burn Bright in the blue jacket towards the back of the field. And then She's Everything. House of Lords, the tail marker as they swing. Right-handed now down the home straight they'll come. Empire Blue sets the turf alight in front. In second position then is When Evening Comes, and towards the outside Burn Bright begins to extend into the final 400 meters. Empire Blue in front, but it looks like to be treading water as Burn Bright comes flying down towards the outside. Burn Bright, Empire Blue, these two towards the line into the final 100 meters they'll go. Empire Blue struggling. Burn Bright is taking off on the outside, and Burn Bright has struck the front into the final 50. Burn Bright is gonna win. Empire Blue clings on to second. She's Everything ahead of Aerial Display. Well, it was an incident-strewn affair, race 2. But it finally concludes with Bun Bright flying from the clouds on the outside to defeat long-time leader Empire Blue. And that's how it finished in race 2. Bun Bright, horse number 6, Jared Penny for Bridget Steidolf, will do enough to deny Empire Blue. As we see on the slow-mo, there's Bun Bright galloping home towards victory. Long-time leader Empire Blue will only manage second. She's everything good third, ahead of Aerial Display in fourth. When evening comes, Copper Fire and Missing Sword behind those. There we had the running of race 2, the Payo MTC subs classified stakes 71 over 1600 meters, and that was won by horse number 6, Bun Bright, Jared Penny for Bridget Steidolf, beating into second the one Empire Blue with Norbert Tekawira. Let's talk to the winning connections. Well done to you, Bridget. Well done for your first of the afternoon, and it was an incident-strewn affair, but you came through.
Yeah, no, thanks, Nkoni. Obviously, look, start was a bit of a stuff up to start off with the horses breaking through and getting loose. But, you know, obviously, I just have to say thank you to Jared. He knows this filly incredibly well. I think he's won most of the races on her, and I just left it all up to him. You know, I've done a lot of work with her at home after her last race, just rested her, but given her some confidence, got her right, and you know, she came back well. Jared just said, you know, even going down to the start, he said she felt so well, he knew he had it already. So a very big thank you and well done to Jared, and obviously a very big thank you to the owners. You know, fantastic to have a winner for them. We've had a very quiet few months, not easy when you've got an incredibly small stable, but fantastic to have a winner and great that they're all here on course.
Well done. Can you take us through the rest of your runners?
Next race, I've got Solar Trip and Red Penny. Solo, his last run wasn't the best of runs, so just trying to get him back right, get him some confidence. Red Penny, I'll see how he goes over this distance, and then I've only got Guerra left, also just a little bit of a confidence boost with him, just to get him right before the big meeting next month.
Pick of the lot.
It's a hard one. Burn Bright was my best.
Well done. Hope to see you later.
Thank you.
Let's talk to the winning connections. Well done, Kirsty. No shortage of talking points in that race, but good that you got past the line.
Yeah, thanks, Ngoni. It was a great race, and as Bridget said, well done to Jared. Thanks, that was all down to him, and obviously Bridget and the team at the home. She's a great horse. It's nice to have everybody here. Sorry for the tubbies. It would have been nice to have run against Ono, but anyway, we'll do that next time.
Well done. Have you got anything else running today?
We've got Solar Trip, and yeah, that's it. So hopefully the big man kind of comes back to himself. Last race he wasn't very happy, so let's see what happens.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Winning connections of Bun Bright, who's come through to win race 2. Numbers not yet up in the frame. We'll give those to you when we get them. And next up is race 3, the former syndicate, rated 85 handicap. It's over 1600 meters. It's now time for race 3, the former syndicate merit rated 85 handicap, to be contested over the mile trip. 9 runners going to post for race 3. Runners now coming out in parade. First out in parade is horse number 1, Kapala, the mount of Norbert Tekawira. Followed out by 2, Pocket Watch with Jenny Shorts. 3's Red Penny, Matthew Thackeray. 4, Jack in the Green with Calvin Kobo. 5 is King's Crown, Jeff Shyster. 6, Solar Trip with Jared Penny. 7, Chili Bomb, Diego Dagavea. 8, The Octagon with Phyllis Sandemkoli. And 9, Raining Again with Manashi Jossi. Another sizable field to contest race 3, the former syndicate merit rated 85 handicap. They'll be starting off at the mile marker. Number 1 is Coppola, Borrowdale first timer, Norbert Tekawira for Deborah Swanson. It's got very good South African form line. Finished second last time out over 1600 meters down at the foul, so Coppola is going to be one to contend with this afternoon. It's the bookie's favorite at Borrowdale Park. 2 is Pocket Watch. Pocket Watch has been very upbeat over the past few outings. Dennis Schwartz partners with him for Thomas Mason. I think he'll have each way chances. 3 is Red Penny, Matthew Thackeray for Bridget Steidel, has been running in the minor money. Goes up the trip to 1600, and we'll have to watch this one and see how well he does. 4 is Jack in the Green. Has had 2 runs in Zimbabwe and then went for a rest for 119 days. We'll see if that rest has given him a bit of impetus this afternoon, and I'll watch this one over the 1600. 5 is King's Crown, won last time out over 1700 with Simanga Kumalo. This time goes down in trip to the mile. Jeff Shyster on boards will have each way chances. King's Crown. 6 is Solo Trip, Jared Penny for Bridget Steidolf, always upbeat, and I think Solo Trip is also another one with each way chances. 7 is Chili Bombs, been running in the outside minor money. Expect same again with Diego Dagavea on board. 8 is the Octagon with Philasende Mkoli, and the Octagon should have place chances on form showing. Last but not least is the Ruffy 9, raining again. It's carrying very little weight, is raining again, and should be a dark horse for this afternoon. My selections, I'm going for the 6 Solo Trip to beat the 3 Red Penny from the 1 Coppola, the 9 raining again. For now, upon race time for the third event of the afternoon, the former syndicate Mary traded 85 handicap over the mile. 9 runners going to post, and they've started loading up down at the 1600 meter marker. First to go up is Chili Bomb. Chili Bomb's ready. King's Crown comes forward. Raiding again's gone in. Jack in the green. Jack in the green's ready. Pocket watch. Taken hold of pocket watch. Working on Red Penny. Meantime, the Octagon faces up. Octagon into barrier 9. Red Penny comes up. Goes into stallbank number 8. Left with Solo Trip and Kapala to complete the lineup. Balance of the field stand at the ready, while handlers work on Solo Trip. Kapala also waiting to go in. bundling forward solo trip. Time running out for the 6 solo trip. And they're going to go without solo trip. Coppola goes in, set for a start. And our Wand Racing in the former Syndicate merit rated 85 handicap. They got off in a perfect line. They've got a mile to make up. Very quick into stride was King's Crown. Also quick up the running was Raining Again. Those two went up very quickly. Chili Bomb is up there. Towards the midsection is Coppola. Races alongside Red Penny. Then comes towards the outside of those. Pocket Watch is racing alongside the Octagon. And the tail marker is Jack in the Green as they make their way now down towards the 1,000-meter marker. In front is King's Crown. Raining Again sits in second position. Third belongs to on the outside of those. And towards behind that is Coppola. Then comes the blue jacket of the Octagon. Towards the back of the field, Pocket Watch and Jack in the Green contesting on that one's outside. Past the 800-meter marker they go. And still in front is King's Crown. From back in second, Raining Again in a very nice position. Third belongs to Red Penny on the inside of runners, and making headway is Pocket Watch. Then comes on the outside of those Chili Bomb as they make down towards the 400-meter marker. King's Crown still in front. Down the center, a lot of horses are now attacking on the outside of those. Is Red Penny on the inside of those. Is Raining Again, but King's Crown finds another gear and extends and shoots well clear into the final 100 meters. King's Crown is going to romp home here and win the third. Second will be very tight on the inside Octagon. On the outside Red Penny. I think Red Penny will just get second. And in between those was the Octagon, who was competing for the minor money towards the end. It got very tight for second. But horse number 5, King's Crown, will find the winner's box and win the third event on the program. Well, the slow-mo is not the one that we want. This is the previous race, but 5 on the card. King's Crown has come through to win. Jeff Shyster on board for Deborah Swanson. He got tight for second. 3 horses involved in that second place finish. The Octagon was one of them. Chili Bomb was one of them as well. And Red Penny was one of them. We'll wait for the judges for second, third and fourth. But no questions about the winner. 5 King's Crowns come through to win the third. was the running of race 3, the former syndicate Marriott rated 85 handicap over 1600 meters. Won by horse number 5, King's Crown. Jeff Shyster on board for Deborah Swanson. Let's talk to the connections. And hi, well done to you guys, and very good win from your horse.
Thank you very much. Well done to Debbie, to Jeffrey, well ridden. And to Paul, who's not here, congratulations to all the other guys. Yeah.
Well done to you. Forget anything else running today?
Yeah, we got Ultra Pursuit in the Derby, and then Ideal View in the Independence.
What are your choices? What are your fancy?
Obviously, we would like Ultra Pursuit to win. Then he becomes a Triple Crown winner. And then, yeah, Ideal View can do anything. That'll be fantastic as well.
Well done. Hope to see you later.
Thank you.
Those are the winning connections there. Let's talk to Deborah. Deborah, well done for your first of the afternoon and a good win.
Thank you. I love this horse. He's a super horse to train. Doesn't get much more than a mile. Well, he tries, but he's best over a mile. So he's won a very nice race today. Well done to Paul, Sean, Dave, Vickers, Murray. Very, very cool. Very chuffed with them. Thank you.
You were halfway through the race card. What have you got left in the remaining 3?
I think I've got a nice chance in the remaining 3. I think next year is going to be a bit tough. Jet Mirage is a top sprinter, but apologies to his owners and the punters. I probably let him get a bit fat. But his work has been very good, and he'll still give his best. He loves I still think they'll give a good run. Dark Horse, the ultimate jewel. I might be shooting my foot saying that. He's got a nice low weight, and he loves to upset a promising field. So, and I think I'm probably found wanting in the Independence Trophy. If you want a dark horse in the race, I would go for Kevin Derrera and Majestic Warrior. And in the last race, all 3 of mine are very well. It'll see who gets the 2,400 meter trip the best.
Good to see you again, Dara.
Thank you. Hope so.
That was the winning trainer for horse number 5, King's Crown, who's come through to win the 3rd. Next up is Joint Zimfan Racing Club Pinnacle Plate 100. It's over 1,200 meters, 14:45. Race 4 is Joint Zimfan Racing Club Pinnacle Plate 100 to be contested over 1200 meters. Your runners now coming out in parade. Going past is horse number 2, Tom's Diner with Calvin Kobo. 1 is Jet Mirage with Jeff Shyster. 5's First Wish, Diego de Gavea, followed down by Gura number 3, Jared Penny. 4's Ultimate Jewel, Kevin Derere. 7 Air Trigger, Phyllis Shandem Koli. And 6 is Zafar with Matthew Thackeray. Those are your runners for race 4 of time 14:45. Seven runners going to post for race 4. They join Zimfan Racing Club Pinnacle Plate 100. Number 1 is Jet Mirage with Jeff Shyster. For Dave Swanson, Jet Mirage finished second last time out over 1200 in the Pinnacle 105. Was beaten by Vara Glow. Carried 60 kg on that occasion. Carries 60 again on this occasion. So definitely he's going to be one in the mix. Is Jet Mirage. 2 is Tom's Diner. It's been very upbeat. Last time out over 1600 was beaten by Jaeger Moon. This time goes down the straight over 1200. And it's going to have each way chances again. Last time out over 1200 was beaten by 0.25 lengths by Jet Mirage. So we expect another good duel again this afternoon. The 3 Gura has been a bit in and out. Finished third on his penultimate run over 1600, then raced again over 16 and was beaten into 5th by Jaeger Moon. I think you can scratch a line through that affair, and Gura should be back up in the places this afternoon. The 4 is Ultimate Jewel with Kevin Derere, another one with a lukewarm last outing over 18, goes back down to 1200. The last time he did that was beaten into second by Red Penny. I think it's got chances for the places, is Ultimate Jewel. 5 is a Borrowdale first timer, First Wish, Diego de Gavea. The South African form line is pretty enticing, but has raced over lengthier distances than the short sprint today. I think might need the run this afternoon. 6 is Jafar, another one with cracking form line, and will be hard to oppose the 6 on the form showing with Matthew Thackeray on board this afternoon. Last but not least is a 7 Air Trigger, Phyllis Shandem Koli for Amy Parham. Recent outings not been very convincing, but they always seem to improve in their finishes when they come down to Borrowdale. So expect an improved finish for the 7 Air Trigger. Those are the runners for race 4. My selections, I'm going for the 6 Zafar to beat the 5 First Wish from the 2 Tom's Diner and the 4 Ultimate Jewel. field for race 4. The joint Zimfun Racing Club Pinnacle Plate 100. Now safely at the 1200 meter mark. 7 contestants going to post. And the team have already shut the front of the starting stall gates and waiting instruction to load. We're on race time for race 4, the joint Zimfun Racing Club Pinnacle Plate 100. Over 1200 meters, and they're now loading up for the sprint. Facing up is Zafar. Zafar going into stallback number 2. First Wish coming up. First Wish is ready. Tom's Diner. Ultimate Jewel. Air Trigger. Jet Mirage. Left with Gura to complete the lineup. Just to load up Jet Mirage, who's halfway in. Looking to close the back gate on Jet Mirage. Right there was Gera. Right in behind those then was First Wish, who's down the center, races alongside Zafar. And then on the outside of those is Hair Trigger, who's making headway down the center. It's now Zafar who leads from Air Trigger. Back in behind those is Gura. Then comes towards the back of the field is First Wish and Ultimate Jewel on the inside of runners as they come up now to the 400 meters and they are flying home. Jet Mirage on the extreme inside. From in behind that Gura, down the center is Tom's Diner, and then comes First Wish, who's running through runners here. Hair Trigger on the extreme outside. It's now Hair Trigger from First Wish. Hair Trigger on the outside. First Wish coming down the center, and First Wish has broken through into the final 100 meters. First Wish and Hair Trigger drive into the line. First Wish is going to rampage home over the 1200 and win. First Wish wins. Hair Trigger in second. Zafar gets third. Ahead of, in behind that was possibly Ultimate Jewel. Well, we thought the trip was going to be a bit sharp for First Wish. But as far as First Wishes go, you couldn't wish for a better start to your life at Borrowdale Park. The 5 comes home and wins smartly. Defeats into second, the 7 Air Trigger. Third will go to Zafar ahead of Ultimate Jewel. Tom's Diner was in behind those. Gura, Jet Mirage. That was a running off race 4. They joined Zimfan Racing Club Pinnacle Plate 100 over 1200 meters. Won by horse number 5, First Wish, Diego Dagavea for Amy Parham. Let's talk to the winning connections. Well done to you, Mike. Can you take us through the acquisition of this horse?
It took a lot of hard work. No, it's so great to have Peter Moore back here on the Borrowdale Hallett turf, and he's brought up a special horse. First Wish, not a sprinter, and he put that field to bed quite nicely. I was really pleased with Hair Trigger. He's back after a long rest, so he gave First Wish a little bit of a run, but not too much. No, she's a cracking filly, so I'm really grateful to Peter and Adrian for trusting Amy and I with this horse.
I've got 2 races left. Have you got any participants in those?
Yeah, September Flower, she's a goer. Diego's riding her again. Not again, but he's riding her. But she's carrying top weight, which I fail to understand why, but anyway. She's a game filly, so let's just hope she has a good run. And then Queen of Love should be up there. She's carrying bottom weight, 51. Also 86 merit rating, so see what she can do. They only arrived on Sunday, so a little bit of an unknown force, but I think she'll hold her own in this field.
Not going to wish you any luck.
No, I do. Lucky that was my first wish.
Well done to you. That was the winning of horse number 5, First Wish, who's come through to win race 4. Numbers noted up in the frame. Next up is race 5, and it's the first feature of the afternoon. The Independence Trophy, 1600 meters is the distance, and they're off. It's 20 past 3. Race 5 is the first feature of the afternoon, the Independence Trophy. It's to be contested over the mile. Runners and riders now coming out in parade. Runners for race 5, the Independence Trophy over 1600 meters now coming out in parade. Number 1 is September Flower with Diego de Gavere. 2 is Action Zone with Dennis Schwartz. 3, Idle View with Jeff Shyster. 4 is Majestic Warrior with Kevin Derere. 5, African Beat with Matthew Thackeray. 6 is Captive Moon with Calvin Gobo. And 7 is Queen of Love with Fela Sandem Kole. Race 5 is the first feature of the afternoon Independence Trophy as we lead up towards the Zimbabwe Derby later on in the day over 2.4. But in the Independence Trophy, 7 runners go to post. Number 1 is September Flower with Diego de Gavere. It's been very influential. September Flower, the 4-year-old one-world filly. It's going to have each way chances surely this afternoon on her current form line. Her last outing was over 1450, where she was beaten by African Beat, who again this afternoon will be looking to get back to her best. She's the bookie's favorite this afternoon. 2 is Action Zone, has been running in the places. Dennis Schwartz partners up. Thomas Mason picked this as his next best, so will definitely be involved with the 2 Action Zone. 3 is Idle View. Jeff Shyster has been running in the minor money, finished 3rd on 2 occasions over 16 and over 2-2. So it's going to have place chances again. 4 is Majestic Warrior. Kevin Derere for Deborah Swanson. Deborah pricked this as a roughie for those who want value. Majestic Warrior can cause an upset here in her estimation. 5 is African Beat. Matthew Thackeray for Thomas Mason has been ultra consistent. African Beat knocking at the door in recent outings and surely will be involved again. Big runner this afternoon. 6 is Captive Moon, Calvin Gobo. Captive Moon ran second to Onono Komachi. We didn't get to see Onono Komachi this afternoon, so we can't say if that's second place outing will put the 7-year-old Flower Alley gelding in good stead this afternoon. Take chances for place chances. Last but not least is the 7 Queen of Love, Philisende Nkoli for Amy Parham. Local debut for Queen of Love. South African form line is pretty moderate. We'll see if she can register an improved finish this afternoon. My selections, I'm going for the 5 African Beat to beat the 1 September Flower from the 4 Majestic Warrior and the 2 Action Zone. We're now upon race time for the first feature of the afternoon, the Independence Trophy. Over 1600 meters, 7 runners going to post. And they're about to start loading them up for the Independence Trophy. And looks like the starter has taken out the other runner. Slots up into Stillbank number 3, was currently sideways on. They're gonna bundle Majestic Warrior in. Majestic Warrior backs away. Faces up. Ideal View goes in. African Beat. We're gonna go without Majestic Warrior. Majestic Warrior is crashed for refusing to go into the pens. And Ideal View's broken through the front again. This time takes Captive Moon with. It's the second time Ideal View's gone through. And so we're gonna have another delay here while they try to get the horses back in. Idle Views managed to return back to the mile marker, and they're going to change the stall banks to the other side and see if we can get the race started without incident this time around. So take note of the scratching of horse number 4, Majestic Warrior. Majestic Warrior taken up for refusing to load. Ideal Views broken through the front of the gates twice now. So hopefully by changing sides we're going to avoid that happening a third time. As the remaining 6 runners circle behind the stalls. In preparation for the off of the Independence Trophy, which is the first of 2 feature events this afternoon. Next up is the Zimbabwe Derby Grade 3 over 2.4. Team down at the 1600 meters mark have shut the front of the pens, and we are now set to load up the field of 6 for the Independence Trophy. Waiting for Action Zone to come up. Action Zone. Action Zone slots in. Bringing forward Queen of Love. African Beat is ready. Now the turn of Ideal View, who's had the misfortune of breaking through twice already. Fingers crossed the gates hold this time. Captive Moon goes up. September Flower. September Flower is ready, set for a start in the Independence Trophy, and the starter sends them home over the 1600 meter trip. They broke off in a perfect line. African Beat was on the inside, got off to a good start. Then comes Captive Moon in between runners. In behind that is Queen of Love, who takes a quick road to the inside and goes up to take up the running. Queen of Love from on the outside of that Action Zone. Dropping in behind that in the second wave is Ideal View. Racing in between runners Captive Moon. African Beat on the outside of runners, and September Flower is the tail marker as they make their way past the 1000 meter marker. They'll begin descending right-handed towards the home stretch. In front is Action Zone, the Castle Tankard winner of last year. Second position belongs to Ideal View. Third then to Captive Moon. In behind that then is Queen of Love, the Borrowdale first-timer. After Queen of Love towards the back of the field then is September Flower as they hit the home straight. They're going to have 400 meters to go in a short bit. On the inside of runners is Action Zone. Ideal View making headway on the outside of those. African Beat is flying up from the clouds on the extreme outside. So too on the inside of runner September Flower. It's a line of horses across the track. Action Zone in between. Ideal View on the inside. African Beat on the extreme outside. September Flower is flying on the inside of runner September Flower in the lead. And September Flower won the Independence Trophy. Second will go to Ideal View. Third turn to African Beat. And fourth possibly to Action Zone. Number one on the card, September Flower, Diego Dagavea for Amy Parham will do enough. And she's on fire, is the one September Flower. And she flew late on to collar Ideal View, who was looking very threatening throughout the encounter. African Beat ran gamely, will manage third. September Flower in first, Ideal View second. African Beat got third. And fourth was tight, but Action Zone had the advantage going through and might just hold it. Wait for the judges for that. Action Zone from Captive Moon. I'll give it to Action Zone on that picture. And Captive Moon will be in behind that ahead of Queen of Love. That was the running off the first feature of the afternoon, the Zimbabwe Independence Trophy. Well done to you, Mike. I spoke to you earlier. You didn't give us an indication of this one.
I told you she was carrying top weight. She's under a bit of suffering, but she ran a cracker, man. I was really, really pleased with her. And Diego, it's the first time he's ridden her. He rode her nicely. So she's been jumping out of skin the whole week. So I knew she'd be fighting at the finish there. I didn't think it'd be that good, but I didn't realize I was such a good trainer. But anyway, so it was a great run. And thanks to these guys for their support. And again, it's a horse that I leased from Pinnacle. And hopefully we're doing proud. And Adrian, thanks so much for the horse. It's been a lot of fun training this horse. and I'm sure at some stage she'll make a great broodmare as well.
Well done to you. Please stand by for the presentation of the trophy. Let's talk to the winning connections. Mr. Grant, please come forward. Well done to you guys. It looked a very competitive race, and Philly won extremely well.
Yeah, it was a tough race. I just want to thank Mike for all his tips today. He hasn't given us one, which just one would have been good. But we were quite confident with this horse. All I can say is thank very much to the sponsors. Well done to Mike. Well done to Diego. It was a great ride. And the syndicate are here to support. We've supported Mike a lot, and he's a great trainer. He's good fun. We're all good mates.
Well done to you guys. He's received the trophy for the Independence Trophy for Flower and Diego Degaver. It's now time for the main event on the program, the Zimbabwe Derby. Grade 3 over 2,400 meters. Take note of the scratching of horse number 2, Diamond Gem. Cap change on horse number 5, Zimbabwe Sunset. Norbert Tekawira with a black cap. 5 runners going to post. Number 1 is Ultra Pursuit, Diego Dagavere. 3 is Robin of Loxley, Jeff Shyster. 4 is Winchester, Calvin Kobo. 5 Zimbabwe Sunset, Norbert Takawira. 6 Sallyport, Matthew Thackeray. Runners will be out on parade shortly for the Zimbabwe Derby. First out on parade is horse number 3, Robin of Loxley with Jeff Shyster. That's followed out by horse number 4, Winchester, Calvin Kobo. 5, Zimbabwe Sunset with Norbert Takawira. 6 is Sallyport, Matthew Thackeray. Waiting for 1, Ultra Pursuit, Diego Dagavere. Just the 5 runners to contest the Zimbabwe Derby, grade 3 over 2,400 meters. Number 1 is Ultra Pursuit, partnered up with Diego Dagavere for Deborah Swanson. Ultra Pursuit has been in exceptional form, has won his last 2 starts, 1,600 and 2,000. This time looks to go 2-4 and complete the treble of wins. It's going to be hard to oppose the 1. Looks hot favourite this afternoon. Scratch the 2, Diamond Gem. 3 is Robin of Loxley, Jeff Shyster. Another one who's been knocking at the door. He's finished second on 3 consecutive outings in 3 career starts. So he's been very sprightly. He's Robin of Loxley. First time to go the 2-4 distance. And was beaten by Ultra Pursuit on 2 occasions, once over 16 and the other over 2,000. And he looks likely to be very speedy again this afternoon. 4 is Winchester, another one who's been running in the places. Calvin Kobo partners up with him. And looks like it's going to be another place finished for the 4 Winchester. 5 is Zimbabwe Sunset, Norbert Takawira for Amy Parham's been running in the outside burner money. Expect same again. The dark horse in the race is the 6 Sallyport, Matthew Thackeray for Deborah Swanson. Won last time over 1,800. Tries the trip for the first time. And watch out for the 6 Sallyport. My selections, I'm going for the 1 Ultra Pursuit to beat the 3 Robin of Loxley from the 6 Sallyport and the 4 Winchester. Team down at the 2,400 meter marker, now shutting the front gates in preparation for loading. for the Zimbabwe Derby. Selection of 5 contestants going to post over the 2,400 meter trip. Bookie's favorite is the one Ultra Pursuit with Diego Dagavere. Dark horses abound in the small field of 5. The 3 Robin of Loxley is one. The 6 Sallyport is another. Don't discount, of course, Winchester and Zambezi Sunset. Bringing forward Robin of Loxley for the Zimbabwe Derby. Zambezi Sunset goes in. Robin of Loxley faces up. Robin of Loxley is loaded just to close the back gate, backs out again. Zambezi Sunset's also backed out. Loading up Sallyport. Sallyport turns sideways. None of the horses loaded up yet. Trying again with Sallyport. Not keen to go forward. Robin of Loxley tries once more. Finally got Robin of Loxley locked away. Bundling forward Sallyport. Sideways on. Sallyport faces up. They haven't managed to install Sallyport. So just one horse installed so far, and that's Robin of Loxley. And time has unfortunately run out for Sallyport. They're going to load the rest. And looks like we're going to go without Sallyport. Zambezi Sunset comes up. Winchester next up. Winchester loads up. Now the turn of the favorite, Ultra Pursuit. Ultra Pursuit's ready. Set for a start in the Zimbabwe Derby, and the starter sends them home in the Zimbabwe Derby. Grade 3, 2,400 meters before them. They broke off in a decent line with the exception of Zambezi Sunset, who fly jumped the start and is going to lose a couple of lengths at the break. The favorite, Ultra Pursuit, shoots the front and takes it on by half a length. In second position is Winchester. Robin of Loxley settled into third position, has got a nice position. And in fourth position, Zambezi Sunset's made up a lot of ground at 2,000 meters to come up to race at the tail of the field. And he will now bring up at the 1900 meter marker. It's a line of horses now, about 5 lengths separating them first to last. Ultra Pursuit leads them. In second position is Winchester in the purple silks. Dropping into third is Robin of Loxley, and the tail marker is Zambezi Sunset as they make their way now towards the 1800 meter marker. There's not much in between them, about 5 lengths separates them. And Ultra Pursuit is the leader by half a length. In second position is Winchester and the Purple Silks. Drop back to third, Robin of Loxley, who's held together. And then comes the Tailmarkers and Busy Sunset. Norbert Takawita is going to have to pass them all to win as they now start climbing the top hill of the bend towards the 1,000-meter marker. They go. Still 5 lengths in between it. Among them in front is still Ultra Pursuit, the favorite. In second position is Winchester. Third belongs to Robin of Loxley. And fourth position Zambezi Sunset as they beginning descending home now towards the 600-meter marker. And they'll start charging home once they touch the home straight. Ultra Pursuit leads them in. In second position then is Winchester. Robin of Loxley yet to be given the go-ahead. And fourth position still belongs to Zambezi Sunset as they strike the home straight now. They've got 600 meters to go in the Zimbabwe Derby. It's Ultra Pursuit in the lead. In second position is Winchester. Robin of Loxley takes in an inside run. On the inside of runners is Zambezi Sunset. With 400 meters to go, Ultra Pursuit with a negligible lead. Robin of Loxley shooting in from on the inside. And Robin of Loxley is now shot to the front. And is on the inside of runners, Ultra Pursuit. Robin of Loxley and Ultra Pursuit. And Robin of Loxley, barring disaster, has won the Zimbabwe Derby, Grade 3 over 2,400 meters. Second will go to Ultra Pursuit. Third went to Winchester. And Zambezi Sunset will get fourth. Jeff Shyster brings home this 3-year-old Futura Gelding and is a maiden no longer. And what a way to get your first win in the Zimbabwe Derby. Robin of Loxley was looking mightily positive throughout the 2,400 meters. And when given the crack, didn't he respond in style. Second will go to the favorite Ultra Pursuit. Third to Winchester. Zambezi Sunset could manage fourth in the Zimbabwe Derby. That was the running of the feature event on the afternoon's program, the Zimbabwe Derby, Grade 3, about 2,400 meters. Well done to the honours. Well done to you, Kev.
Thank you so much. Well done, Jax.
This is a team effort, you know. What can I say? We're chuffed. This is a special race to win. Last leg, I wish we won the last two, but we've won the last leg, so we'll go out on a good note. And I think we've got a lot to come with this guy. I hope so. Well done to Debbie. Well done to Jeffrey. He was told not to dawdle, and he didn't. So, which is great. Well done to the stable, and especially to the grooms who do all the hard work. And well done to everybody. Thank you.
And can I just say, well done to John upstairs. He's very excited.
Yes.
We've won the Derby with a maiden. How cool is that?
Absolutely. And John always likes the Triple Crown. I mean, that's his reason d'etre for racing. Yeah, absolutely. So
Well done.
looking forward to the July with Buster Barnes.
Well done to you guys. Please stand by for the presentation. Let's talk to Debbie. Come through, Debbie. Well done to you, Debbie. A good day after all for you.
No, it's been a shocking day, but we've had lots of goods with the shockers. So lots of work to do in the pens, but take nothing away from Robin. He's a maiden who's just won the Derby, and very impressive win. He's done it in good style today. He is an out-and-out stayer. He's a lovely horse in the making, and I think as a 4-year-old, he's going to have a lot of value on this course. So watch out for him.
Well done to you. Please receive the trophy for the Zimbabwe Derby for horse number 3, Robin of Loxley, Jeff Shyster, and Deborah Swanson.